former White House official, senior fellow at the American Foreign Policy Council. Larry, good to see you on this Friday.
Nice to be here. Thanks, Todd.
I know President Trump is getting credit, no doubt rightly, to a certain extent, for pushing people together, putting a lot of pressure. He's heading to the region. He will be in Israel on Sunday. Your take on how it's all playing out?
Well, he does deserve credit for a ceasefire, no doubt about that. I'm delighted that the hostages, the remaining 20 alive, as well as the remains of perhaps 30 others, will be coming home, and everyone should applaud that. But all of the difficult issues are unresolved. What is the future governance of Gaza? What is the role of Hamas? What has Hamas agreed to? And in response to your questions that you raised before, the answer is nothing. Israel has withdrawn to a certain point in Gaza, but it is still in Gaza. So there is a tremendous amount of work to be done. And while I want to believe peace is coming, I'm hard-pressed to believe that we're going to see long-term peace, because I just don't see progress on the very difficult issues that remain and that have been avoided in phase one of this plan.
Yeah, so you raise great questions. Why would Hamas release the hostages? Maybe because they're under fierce pressure by Arab countries, but also why would they ever give up all their weapons? Why would they go into self-exile and leave Gaza? Why would they agree not to be any part of a future Palestinian state?
Right. Well, that's exactly right. I will say that in exchange for releasing the hostages, as you pointed out, Todd, not only are 2,000 Palestinian prisoners going to be released, but 250 who I believe are serving life sentences for terrorism. So perhaps if you're Hamas and you have no plans to give up your weapons, and you have all plans in the world to stay in Gaza and continue to play the major role, perhaps you think that's a good deal. I would point out to your viewers that the Lebanese government has been trying to get Hamas, which has a presence in Lebanon, to disarm, and is having no luck. So I'm not quite sure why the United States, Israel, Europe, or the other or the countries of the Arab world would have any more luck than Lebanon is having.
Why would Israel, Larry, agree to future parts of the plan once it's got all of its hostages back?
Well, that's a very good question. Look, I truly believe that the Israeli people do not want to live in perpetual war. The reason that Israel is in Gaza is to, continue to maintain the pressure on Hamas and prevent another October 7th, which I might point out, Hamas has repeatedly stressed that it will try to conduct. In fact, as many October 7ths as necessary to destroy the Jewish state. It has said that repeatedly. So Israel is in Gaza to, ensure its security. It will only leave Gaza if it feels like the conditions are in place where it is fully protected. And for all the reasons we're discussing, Todd, I think we're a long way from there.
What role will the U.S. play? What role will Trump play in all of this, Larry?
Well, look, certainly he likes accomplishments, and, he deserves credit. All presidents like accomplishments, and I'm not surprised that he's going to the Middle East to celebrate it. We are sending 200 troops, but I will point out that this is going to take painstaking work. And while I do credit President Trump for phase one, he is not the kind of a president that sits at the table and worries about details. So I really do, wonder about, the U.S. staying power when this gets tough. Obviously, we will continue to play a coordinating role, but how much time and effort when it becomes clear that Hamas is not going to lay down and that Israel is not going to leave if Hamas doesn't lay down, that remains to be seen.
Larry Haas, former White House official, senior fellow at the American Foreign Policy Council. Larry, thanks for your time on this Friday. Have a great weekend.
You too, Todd. Thank you.